everybody? It's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're diving back into one of my favorite distilleries, and we got a different bottle from one of their trio of releases this year. So it's time for a new review slash re-review. It's Hardin's Creek, the Beaver. That's right. We're going to taste the Beaver tonight. And it's probably the only time in your life where you're going to say, man, I hope this Beaver tastes old. So, so look, before we dive into this, please, before I dive into any more of this review, if you have not watched my review on Hardin's Creek, the Owl Warehouse G, please go watch that. It will be linked above. Go watch that first because we're not going to redo some of the comparisons that were done in that video. Okay, just, you know, come on, man. As much as I'd like to re-drink them, we're not going to re-drink all those comparisons. So, all right, now that you've watched that and we're back, we're talking about the Beaver. So, again, there's 3 of them this year. The Owl, the Beaver, and the Mushroom. Didn't get the Mushroom. Some people commented on my video of the Owl that I hadn't tasted the others at the time. And a lot of people like the Beaver, but some people said, you know, the Mushroom, not that good. So, these are $150 here, like we said. So, we weren't going to pull the trigger on something that might have been bad. Even if it's from Beam, you know, and we did talk about in the other video, like I'm not going to rehash everything, that, you know, these are only 700 mil now, 11 year, $150 hairs. You know, the value's worse than you know, they used to be like $150, $160 hairs, but they were like 17 year, right? The first trio from Hardin's Creek. So, you know, the value's not as good as it used to be, right? But we did say the Owl was worth the money. Don't overspend, but it was worth the money. It was certainly better than Russell's Reserve 13 Spring 2025. So we won't recover that. But in case your memory's short and you just watched it but you simply forgot, the Owl is Warehouse G, but it's like a 9-floor warehouse. So this is from floor number 9, the top floors of that warehouse. The Beaver, which is really the story tonight, is from Warehouse W. And again, all 3 of these, well, and the Mushroom, are going to be from the Claremont campus, if you will, but different warehouses within that campus. The Mushroom is only a 1 floor. It's only from a 1-floor brick house. So I don't know. You know, usually the cooler the climate, the less they age. But only a single floor. I don't know. That's going to be a musty, funky bunch probably. It's probably why it's called the Mushroom. But anyway, here we are with the Beaver again. So the only thing they say about this one, it says, for almost a century, Warehouse W has sat sturdy in its creekside location, dense 5-floor construction, enveloped in the humidity of the surrounding air. So there you go. That's kind of about. So this is only a 5-floor warehouse. Tasting notes. It says some people have remarked this whiskey is lighter on the oak and smoke than others in the series. Interesting. Instead, leading with sweet aromatics, but we'd suggest you take a sip and see for yourself. So that's kind of a cop out on the tasting notes. Gotta say that's a cop out on the tasting notes. All right, here we are. The Beaver. On the nose. Oh, that's what we love. Oh, man. All right, I'm getting some sweet caramel, some cherry, some leather, some oak. Kind of desserty smelling on this one. I dig it. It's the Beam profile, but boy, is it decadent. Yeah. Oak's not the star of this show. I will say it's there, but this is like sweet baking spices, sweet caramel. I like that cherry note. Down the hatch. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Ooh, that is kind of desserty. The oak and leather hit in the mid palate, so that's where the age comes in. The forefront, it's got some like caramel, almost like sweet chocolate, but it's not quite. It's not a dark chocolate, like a milk chocolate, the milkiest chocolate. And then the end fades in. Then you get an oak leather, cherry, and then the oak fades into like cherry caramel. That's pretty good. I dig it. I dig that one too. Depending on this one I could see being more of a crowd pleaser. I think the Owl is oakier, but let's test it out. Here's the Owl. Pour it up in another big clear glass. I know some of you complain when the glasses aren't the same size. So The only thing is the Beaver was open today, left to air for about 45 minutes. The Owl's been open for, well, since I did the review, about a week and a half or so. All right, here's the Owl on the nose. Oh yeah, this is definitely like raspberry leather oak. Caramel takes a back seat here. Yeah, wow, this is more of a raspberry, a little bit darker, but oh yeah, I mean, man, the Beaver's sweeter with this like sweet cherry. It's like sweet cherry, caramel, and oak, and the Owl is darker oak. There's a darker oak here, and the raspberry. Man, I dig these both, but you know the Owl's a little bit darker. Down the hatch on the Owl. Oh man. Man, the Owl is just got a lot more oak. The Owl's a little darker, a little bit more mature oak. The raspberry, there's some caramel there. Not as sweet as the Beaver. Back to the Beaver. Beaver's good though. I mean, this is tough. I generally want to lean more oak, but the Beaver's a little bit more nuanced, like with like the sweetness in it. And it's not a bright like Russell's Reserve type cherry. It's not a wild turkey type cherry. It's definitely a darker, nuttier, caramely cherry. But the cherry note in the Beaver is really good. Back to the Owl. I'm going back and forth here. These are neck and neck for me, but I think I'm gonna put the Owl here only because I like that little bit of extra oak, which the Owl is a little bit oakier. But all that being said, there's a lot of people that don't like heavy oak. And not that the Owl is like just super heavy oak. What I'm saying, there's a lot of people that don't love oak. The Beaver's got oak, right? It takes mature. It is sweeter. I think the Beaver is going to be the sweet spot for a lot of people. I really do. I think if you're a Knob Creek fan, like just a heavy oak fan, I think you're going to prefer the Owl. And we've already rated that A++, must buy. I'm going to rate the Beaver A++, must buy as well. So very cool to see these. They are kind of different. I mean, yes, they're both Beam, but they do different things. And that's what Beam was aiming with the Hardin's Creek series. Is $150, 700 mil expensive for an 11-year? It sure is. We don't like to see it, but I think the quality of the whiskey here is pretty high, and people are willingly, easily paying $200 for Russell's Reserve 13 Spring 2025 Batch 6. That is not as good, right? It's not as good as the Owl. I'm sure it's not as good as this Beaver Owl. So those people are running out, selling out, and like this stuff hung around for a while. PA just dropped these actually, so I got the Owl from a buddy William who picked up for me at KBF, but the Beaver I just picked up at PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits. Just dropped it this week or last week by the time this video airs. So gosh, they're all a buy. Now I haven't tried the mushroom. If someone has purchased a mushroom, reach out to me at bourbonandbill@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Let's trade a sample or something, right? I'll certainly give you a sample of one of these. And in exchange for a mushroom, I like to kind of do all three. But I want to get this out because there hasn't been much reviews on these, right? And the Owl is fantastic. The Beaver is fantastic. If you prefer sweeter, go Beaver. There you go. It's like the sweet nectar of life, the Beaver. It's kind of funny how that panned out. The Owl is the wise old oaky Owl. It's kind of funny. I really, that's a play on words. Now, one comparison we did not do last time. That really, shame on me for not doing it, but we are going to do it tonight to redeem ourselves. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B525, one of my favorite Elijah Craig Barrel Proof batches in a long time. They put this one though, everybody, in a 750 ml bottle. It is 11 years, 6 months. It is 126.2 proof. Compute 63.1% alcohol by volume. So, damn, she proof here. 50 more mils in the bottle. Age statement's technically higher. I mean, we know the Hardin's Creeks are 11, although I think there's older stuff mixed in. But 11 years, 6 months, that's also the youngest in here, right? There could be older stuff blended into this as well. The real plus point here, as much as I'm a fan of Beam, the real plus point here is $74.99, $75 for this bottle, and this bottle fucking slaps. By the way, I didn't say it, because you should have watched the first video on the Owl first before coming here, but the Hardin's Creek series are 110 proof. So this is, 16.2 proof points higher. All right, Elijah Craig B525 on the nose. And go watch my review on this. I'll link it above. Just drier than both. It's like dried red fruit. This is smelling more like strawberry cherry. The Beaver. Oh man. I prefer the nose on the Beaver. It feels just as oaky, yet it's a little bit sweeter and like it's not as dry smelling as the B525. The Owl. Oh, the Owl just smells so much older. I feel like the oldest stuff might be in the Owl. Nose wise, I prefer the Hardin'sCreek, the Beaver and the Owl on the nose to the B525, but the B525 has an excellent nose. It's just a little bit drier because it's oaky. It's a drier oaky nose. Slightly different type of oak. It's not that like sweet old aged beam oak that's going to be in the Hardin'sCreeks here. It's that Heaven Hill oak, and it's got just, you know, this red fruit layer on top, which is why we dig it. We do love this one. Down the hatch. Oh my God, that came to play. Oh, she came to play. The proof. Again, just a lot of brown sugar, caramel, a lot of red fruit here, and it's oaky, you know. Man, but it is drier. It is a little bit more drying. You know, that's a great value, $75, right? Woo! That's good. All right, now to the Beaver. Man, the Beaver is just so much sweeter on the nose. It's like walking into a candy store. Candied bourbon. Down the hatch on the Beaver. Man, the Beaver's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. It's close, but it's a little bit better. It's got this sweeter caramel, which is, I think, is more appetizing. And then just there is this oak and leather at the end that I think outshines the ECPB oak. The Owl. Damn, does this smell old now? This like smells this. The Owl smells the oldest of the three. Oh, the Owl is oaky good. Whew. Okay, well, I think both those are going to beat Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B525. So, but that's no knock against the Elijah Craig. That's $75 hairs. These are $150. You can buy two of them motherfuckers for the same price you can buy one of these Hardin. Heaven Hill here is offering the better value. And the B525 is excellent. We haven't had an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof that good since 2023. Yes, the C923 was better. And yes, A123 was a touch better than B525 if you watch that video. So those would probably compete better. But I tell you what, these Hardin'sCreeks are damn good. I think they're older than 11 years, to be honest. If you like a little bit sweeter profile, go Beaver. If you like a little bit oakier, a little bit older profile, go the Owl. And I haven't tried the Mushroom, so I can't comment on that. But if you like what you saw tonight, please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Have a good evening, everybody.